All right. We're going to try this again. We're going to try this again. Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. Sorry we had a little bit of technical difficulties, but I think we're going to got it down pack in now. I'm waiting on Coach Jones to call and tag in. And again, thank you all for tuning in to Sports Talk Live with Coach P. And if you want to send me an email, sportstalkcoachp@gmail.com, or you can be a special guest and look at it on Sports Talk and join in with me as we go live. And that's Coach. He's calling in. Yeah. All right, y'all. We getting this thing. We getting it. What's up, PJ? Thank you for calling your daddy back, man. I got something for you, buddy. Again, man, proud of you, man. Glad what you're doing. Again, we thank everybody for tuning in, and my coach, he's getting it down. He's getting it down. I think, there's something new to him too. So we're going to get it. We're going to get it. Coach Terrance Jones, so you tag in, and we're gonna get this YouTube page thing started. Yeah, that's him right there.
Tell him to accept it.
Coach, I want you to accept it when you get it, Coach. Accept it.
Hey,
What's up, man? Man, come on, man. Hey, I know I ain't used to good technology, man, but I thought you had this thing down pat, man.
Man, my first time doing one like so.
Oh, man. I'm so glad to have you on here on my Sports Talk.
Yes, sir.
With Coach P, man. And Coach, and I started this thing a couple weeks ago. And Coach, I tell you what, man. Ever since I started doing it, I was bringing on. I bought a seasoned coach. I call that been in the game a long time, probably longer than me and you put together. Coach Breelove from Stall. Then I went to Coach Gant from that does AU from here in the Charleston area.
Yes, sir.
And then also I went and got a young coach, Coach Brown from Battery Creek. And then I went to Coach Wade, that's now coaching over at Millen Valley. And then yesterday, on Monday or Tuesday, I think I brought on Coach, the coach from USC Soccer Hatchet, the boys coach. And Coach Mayo, that's right, Coach Mayo. I brought him on because, he done both sides, girls and guys. And now, he's doing a good job over there. And I was sitting in there, I was trying to think, and I said, man, I got to get my main man on here, man, because, Coach, I've been seeing you putting the work in with your players, man, and your program now, before I get into that, I want you to introduce yourself. I know you have a family and what school you at. I want you to introduce yourself and then let everybody know who you are, Coach.
Well, my name is Terrance Jones. I was born in Columbia. I went to high school in Charlotte, North Carolina at Weddington High School. But I always say I'm from Swansea because that's where my family from. That's where a lot of my best friends from. So Swansea was always a home to me. So Swansea my hometown.
Gotcha. You good friends with my buddy Jerome Williams over there. If you know him?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Good man.
Yes, he is. Me and him went to school together. And Jerome is a good guy. And he always talk good things about you. And and I told him I knew you. He said, "Oh man, they're getting a great coach." I said, "Man, I'm trying to get him." I ain't gonna say that part, but I said I'm trying to get him too. But anyway. But Coach, man, I know I see in the summer you've been working, man, and working and working with your program, Coach. And let me tell you something, man. Long as I've been in the game of basketball coaching, Coach, and I have seen a lot of good coaches, man, that just really doing some great things, man.
Yes, sir.
And I'm seeing you doing some things, man, that just unbelievable with Denmark-Olar.
Yes,
and Denmark-Olar always had a good program.
Yes, sir.
I know, a lot of people don't know. Sometimes you might have one or two down years, and maybe you might say, well, the athletes are not there. But Coach, ever since you got there, man, I'm just gonna take my hats off to you, man. You really, really putting some work in, and it's showing at Denmark. What are you doing that people need to know? Like, why are there attraction to Denmark-Olar now?
Well, the main thing I did, I come in and build just like a different culture, like a family culture. I believe, and I was always taught, your team will do anything for you if they can relate and love their coach.
There you go, Coach.
That was one of my main things I wanted to do. I heard a lot of great things about Denmark, and so I just wanted to come, get these girls to work and give them the opportunity. So a lot of this stuff I learned from a lot of mentors that I have, coaches right now, Coach Staley, Jacob Smith, just to name a few. And I see what they do with their program, so I try to learn and grow from that and try to do the same. And right now, benefited is paid off. The girls really work hard, so I got to give them their credit. I'm tough on them, but they take it and they work hard. They want to compete and they want to get better also. So it was a joint thing. And my coach, I got to give my coach credit, Coach Can. Sometimes I'm the bad guy, but she always played the good guy role. Always need that on the team, and she brings some basketball knowledge to the game too that help us out.
Right.
It was just a team effort.
Well, Coach, I saw you. I think it was not last year, before last, when they had the state championship at the Coliseum, and I as a I wouldn't say a seasoned coach, but I've been in the game a long time. And I was at the game, Coach, and one thing when I go to state championship games, a lot of people ask me why I do this, but I got a way to reason why I do it. When I go to state championship games, I really don't go to look at the games. I look at them because it might be one or two players I want to see, see what they got. But also I look at different coaches and see what they're doing. And you were sitting probably 6 rows up, and you were on my right-hand side. And the whole time I'm looking over there and I'm writing notes down. And one of the coaches asked me, why are you writing notes? Are you taking scouting report on that team? I said, no. I'm taking scouting reports on these young coaches out here that's looking at these state championship games and learning the game. And because as a coach, as a head coach, is you want to get your team to the Coliseum every year. That's everybody's goal, to say, you know what, I want to get my team to the Coliseum, and that's my goal. And I saw some of your players sitting right behind you. Those girls weren't mixing up. They wasn't on their phone talking. They wasn't on their text. They were actually paying attention to the game. And that same coach, Coach Jones, that same coach I was sitting by at the state championship game, I called him last year. I said, bro, man, remember I told you that coach sitting right there on the right-hand side of me. I did not say nothing to him. I said, watch him. He said, well, I'm not coming here. I said, no, watch him. I said, I want you to move on. I want you to watch him. Watch how he pay attention. Watch how his players are paying attention.
Yes, sir.
You have to install that into them to get them where they're at now. I'm telling you, Coach, man, you're doing an A1 job over there, man, and you continue to work hard. So as head coach at this time, I'm gonna go back to last year at the pandemic, and I asked all the coaches that this question right here. Doing last year at the pandemic, and you don't know when you're going to play, you don't know if you're going to play, you don't know when you can practice, you don't know if you can practice. As a young coach, how did that affect you and your team?
Well, it was big for us. We to practicing, on a basis. We had to take a break during the season. We played one game, then we had to take another break. We suffered another setback. So it was really tough for us, but I just tried to make us stay locked in mentally. We would watch film just to keep us learning. And then when we did have practice, we had long practices, maybe 2.5 hours, because we never knew when we get the chance to practice. So we all try to prepare mentally and physically on the court.
Right. But Coach, I tell you, man, and then I also seen you this year right here. You went to some AU games to support your girls. Coach, yes, I really don't think you know yet. How old are you, Coach? Let me ask you that question.
I just turned 36.
See, let me tell you something. You're still young in this game, Coach. Let me tell you something, man. It took a good-hearted person that did what you did to go all the way to Kentucky. If I'm correct, Kentucky?
Yes, sir.
That's what I'm telling you. I'll be watching stuff like this right here on Facebook. Coach, you went out of your way. I'm not saying out of your way, but, you did it for your girls, because now your girls know, and you said it earlier, if they know that you're going to be there for them and fight for them and do whatever, and you went all the way to Kentucky to watch him. You didn't have to do that. You could have stayed home and said, you know what, just text me and tell me what y'all did. No, you went there and you watch him. And I guarantee you, Coach, these girls are never going to forget that. They're never going to forget that. And you just stay. I tell all the young coaches, man, don't burn yourself out too early. But what you are doing, man, is awesome, Coach, man. And I'm telling you, I remember when I was coaching over at Allendale Fairfax, that we played Denmark-Olar before you got there. And, I didn't have a bad team at Allendale, but that was my first year over there, and I didn't know what to expect really. I'm coming into a program fresh and new, and everybody kept talking about Denmark. You don't want to go into Denmark, man. That 10 Dillon, they call it 10 Dillon.
Yes,
And
sir.
let me tell you something. I'm just gonna express it just like they put an ass cutting on me in there until I'll never forget it. But you know what, Coach? All those behind cuttings I was getting, my daddy always tell me, ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun.
Yes, sir.
And when I left Allendale to go back to my home school, I called the coach in Denmark and I asked her, I said, I want to play you this year coming. She said, where you at now? Allendale? I said, no, I'm back at my home school. So in the summer, she come to watch me over the summer. And I don't know if that changed her mind, but it was like something happened. She's like, oh, no, we're not going to do it again. But, it's not that I'm, bragging about that situation, but, man,
Yes,
Coach, what one thing I noticed about you too, Coach, you got the fans in there,
yes, sir.
and I'm looking on Facebook, and I'm seeing people, man, who going down to the Denmark-Olar game. Coach, you don't see that hardly in 1A schools. I think you're 1A, correct? 1A.
Yes.
You
Yes,
don't
sir.
hardly see that people on Facebook, saying that, man, let's get on down to Denmark and let's go and watch them girls and them guys play. Man, that's awesome, Coach, man. So whatever, if you're doing something like that right there now, it's gonna be greater things for you to come, man. It's gonna be greater things for you to come. So what are your relationship with the community, the churches, the businesses, and the principals? It's gotta be something going on strong there, man. It's gotta be.
It's one thing they always told me when I came to Denmark. They told me, Coach, once you start winning, the community gonna have your back.
Oh yeah.
And that's true. The community is a great community. They support all sports. They support everything our kids do at the school, whether it's in academics, getting a driver license, sports. It's just a great community, and they will fill the seats. And I think we have one of the best fan base in South Carolina.
Oh man, that's awesome, man.
It's rough when it comes to Denmark, but we love it. We love it.
Man, listen, Coach. And then again, I knew as a young coach, everybody got, different philosophies, how they get ready for games. And, I saw people how I used to get ready for games. I used to do the weirdest things in the world before a game. I would go get me a Sprite or either a ginger ale and a grapefruit juice, and I'd mix it together and eat some peanuts. And I'd be like, my players be like, Coach, what are you doing, man? Like, that's just I don't wear suits to a game because the time the jump balls start, the tie's already gone. What do you do? What do you do? What do you do as a head coach to get yourself prepared for a game?
For me, I go back and watch our previous games or just any kind of game that we played, and I try to look for anything that we probably need to correct for this next game, or I'll show them the type of energy that we might have had this game and the type of energy that we didn't have the other game, so I can try to get their minds right to, just always compete and play hard. And that's one of the things we do as a team. It don't matter who I put in the game. Everybody coming in, they giving their all, diving on the floor for loose balls, rebounding, whatever it is. They just do what they ask, and I definitely appreciate them for that. And that's where a lot of the success comes from them listening, learning, and working hard.
That's good. Well, we're gonna pause 1 second. Again, we have my good friend here, Terrance Jones from Denmark-Olar High School. And this is your boy, Coach P, live here with Coach P. If you want to email me at sportstalkcoachp at gmail.com, or you can look on YouTube at Sports Talk Live with Coach P. I have a lot of coaches that I already interviewed that I'm putting on YouTube. And Coach Jones, I'm just going to let you know, when this thing get downloaded to YouTube, man, Coach, it's amazing that people that look at it, that call me. When I'm at work, people calls me. It's like, man, where's that coach from? Where he said that players, what grade that playing. And I'm not here, Coach, to play in a competition with any school about anything. Your players is your players. Your team is your team. My job is here on my sports talk is to help Coach Jones to be exposed to things that probably, I have people on my page that you don't have on your page. And
Yes,
people see that and they'll say, you know what, Coach, I appreciate you doing that. After I got out of coaching year for last, Coach, man, I sit down one day and I said, you know what? I asked the Lord, I wanted to do something different. And I saw my wife doing her live. She have a thing called Uplifted with Mo, and I kept saying, man, I want to do that too. But hers was so powerful.
Right.
Hers is more coaching. Mine is more coaching and cussing. But I try not to cuss here on Facebook. But Coach, man, it's one question I want to ask you. And you don't have to answer it in a way for as I know you have some good basketball players for as grades.
Yes,
Who
sir.
are your top players, and can you give a rough idea of what grade they're in, and the names? Because like I said, there's people out there listening that want to come and see the Denmark-Olar, because the last 2 or 3 years I think y'all been in the running. And like I
Yes,
said,
sir.
Coach, you might get spanked 1 or 2 times, but one of these years, Coach, it's going to turn. And I'm telling you, Coach, I'm telling you, man, I think this is your year to turn, brother. I'm telling you, man. I know it. This is your year to turn. That you done turn that program around, but now it's time for you to turn that key. And the key I'm talking about, Coach, you get on 26 to get to Columbia. And first of all, you got to get to Florence first. You know how the game goes. And I
Yes.
just feel that you can get there, Coach. And I'm your biggest supporter. A lot of people say, well, how you support this? I support them all, because I was a coach for 27 years. And I'm always going to be a coach. And I'm always going to support the local coaches. But the question I want to ask you, can you tell me and tell the people out there some of your top players and what grade and everything they're in?
Well, this is always one of the toughest parts as a coach, because you don't want to just single out players. So I love all my players are pretty good, but my top players right now, I have a senior, rising senior, Najee Jones. She have a couple college offers right now. She's a pretty good player, big guard that can really score the ball. I have a young 2-guard crew, Ajalon Roten. She's a rising junior. She's the captain. Her numbers might not wow you a lot, but it's a lot that if you come see her in person, you would see why we call her the captain of the team. And I have a really young girl named Avion Walker. She's been starting since 7th grade. She's
I know that young lady. I know her. I know that young lady.
She's going to be big time. She don't know it yet, but she's really going to be big time for her, the community, the school. She has a lot of she got real special. She reminds me of one of my players that I used to coach a while ago, Danae McNeil, who's at East Carolina right now. And we have another young lady. She's a rising junior. Her name is Danica Roberts. Crazy athleticism. Can defend 1 through 5. She plays a big role for us. We're a small school, so she's a small center. But man, jumping ability, she just jumping over everybody. Very athletic, very versatile for us. So I have a good solid crew that really can go play at the next level.
That's
yes,
good.
Sir.
But Coach, remember I had on Coach Mayo on the other day, and we were talking about kids that don't look at like junior colleges and for a second option. I don't never tell coaches, hey, tell your players she's not really ready for Division I or Division II.
Right.
You as a head coach, and I tell you this to your face, and I tell you this on the camera, you have to be as they guardian angel to tell them, listen, I think you need to go to JUCO. I think you need to go to Division II, because if they don't hear it from you, who else they gonna hear it from?
Right.
They're gonna listen. Majority of them gonna listen to you. And
Right.
as a head coach, the way that your players biting into your system right now, I believe you can tell one of them run to a brick wall, and I promise you, Coach, they're gonna try it. They're gonna try it because they believe in what you're doing.
Yes,
and just as a coach, man, keep on striving, Coach, to be better. And be better, and that don't mean wins and losses. The win's gonna come, you're gonna take some bumps in the road. And you know that as a coach, you're gonna take some bumps in the road. But be there for your players like you are. When like things go on in the community, and you may live in Columbia now, maybe live in whatever, make that special effort to say, you know what, hey, my family, we're gonna ride down to Denmark because one of my players are singing in the choir on Sunday. I remember when I went to one of my players' choir concert one year, she was so surprised because she was so ashamed to sing because I was there. Then all of a sudden I looked at her and I just told her, I have a secret way of telling some of my players how to do something. and by my hands, I was telling her to do something. And that young lady got up there and she just sung to the bottom of her heart. And she got up there and she said, "I'm singing this for my coach." And I stood up, and it made me full because she knew that I was there for her.
Right.
And I have done things for my players probably nobody would ever know, and I would never ever tell everybody what I've done for my players, because when I care for my players, I go all out for them. I do the best for them. If I ain't got it, I was trying to find a way to get it for them.
Yes, sir.
In your community, I know a lot of people in Denmark from back in the days playing ball and everything. I know Denmark have a real strong fan base, and you said that earlier.
Yes,
What
sir.
do you coach for is not to say the entertainment for your fans, but what do you do for is supporting your fans? And the question I'm asking is that people kind of say, well, how you can support the fans and they come to support me? Is my thing is after the game, do you tell them thank you? How do you react to your fans?
Yes, sir. Well, one of the things I do, we always give our fan base love. We show them love, whether it's at the game, on the internet. I make sure everybody knows that we love our fans, and really, our fans does give us a lot of energy during the games. I love it down there. It's hostile in Denmark. They always told me that, and I love it down there. It's real rowdy. It's respectful, and I just want them to keep bringing the energy. And another way that we show our respect is we make sure we give 100% effort every home game, whether it's a home or away. Because our fans travel to away games too. It's been plenty of games when we on the road and we have the most fans at the game. So we
Right.
so that on the court that we make sure we give them 100%.
Well, Coach, I want to make sure that I do get a schedule from you for your games, because what I'm going to be doing also, I'm going to get on live and like on a Sunday afternoon and give people updates for as when their games are going to be, and make sure you get it on the internet. I see that I'm one thing about me, Coach. You might not know, I'm scoping you out, man. I'm seeing, you don't know, I'm looking at some things that you're doing, man, and it's positive. That if it wasn't positive, Coach, I would not have you sitting here on a Thursday afternoon on my live and on my sports talk and on my YouTube page for everybody in the world to see you. YouTube ain't just in South Carolina. YouTube is from nation to nation.
Yes, sir.
And everybody's going to know, Coach Jones here, because I'm telling you, Coach, you're going to crank that bus up and you're going to the Lord State, buddy. I'm telling you. And when it happens, Coach, I don't want you to say, you know what, Coach Small so told me that. No, because how I know it's going to happen, because I'm, in the summer, and I text you one day, and I want to see something, and you did exactly what I want you to do. I text you, I said, when are you playing in the summer? You text me a whole lot of dates. I said, you know what? This boy here is reading my mind. This is what I want to see. And I can tell you done been around some seasoned players. When you say you've been around Coach Staley, you've been around Coach Jake Smith, those guys are seasoned, man. Those guys are seasoned. And I got them coming up on my page, and on my live coming up soon. I don't know what date I'm going to have them on, because when I put Coach Smith on and Coach Staley, and man, when I put them on, I'm gonna need it probably about 5 hours, because those guys probably got a long story. You know what I'm saying? Long story.
Oh yeah.
And I got a coach. She's actually doing training now. Coach Champagne. You may not know her. She's from the Charleston area. Coach, I'm telling you, man, this young lady is a trainer now. She trained high school basketball players. She trained little kids, and I'm just telling you this here. Look at Academic Magnet.
Yes,
Look
sir.
at North Charleston High School. She's
Yes,
been
sir.
training those girls. She's been working with those girls. And you look on her Facebook page, and when you get time, go on to Coach Champagne's page, and you watch some of the work she's doing. She reminds me of you, Coach. She's working. She is working overtime. And a lot of people don't know out there, Coach. And this is what I want the next show I'm going to hit at. How much really work do you have to put in to make your program successful? Make sure, people just don't say you're just going to the gym and work. You're working on different things. You're working on their minds. You're working on their bodies. And then you're working on the floor. How tough it is for you as a coach putting all that together?
It's real tough, but not tough enough for me that I can't do it. If I want the best for those girls and for my program, I'm gonna do what it takes to get it done. But we always make sure that grades are number one priority. We have a list of all our players, and we me and my coach, my assistant coach, Coach Cam, we get a printout of their grades and stuff during school every quarter to make sure that's right. And then in the gym, weight room, we used the weight room a lot. I mean, my first year there, we didn't really use it, and we was getting banged up. We're a smaller team, so I definitely know we had to get stronger. So we did that. We watched a lot more film, just to prepare our minds mentally for the game, because the best teams are the smartest teams. The best, smartest players. So I definitely try to teach them how to play the game instead of just teaching them to go play. So those are the main factors in our success right now.
Coach, I just had a coach tag in from the bottom down there. I don't know if you see his name is Zach Green. Is that the coach from South Aiken?
Yes, sir. That's my cousin.
You know what? Ooh, boy, you know what? Like people in the church, the spirit know the spirit. I knew something was. Zach Green, you need to get in touch with me, guy. You need to get in my inbox and hit me. I need to get you on. Yeah. Oh man, I was sitting today. I kept saying, I wonder if Zach Green and Terrance Jones are family, because they look. First of all, them big heads look alike. And I look at that note, I said, man, them boys they look alike, man. I knew something wasn't right about that, man. Yeah. But Zach Green, man, I remember him now. Hey, I need to get you on, man. I want to get you on, brother. I need to get you on my show. You know, I have some great guys that's on my show now that already been on my show, and I got some great guys that's coming up. Yes. But Coach Jones, just to let you know also that, you know, let's not only be doing basketball. I'm going to fade into football a little bit. You know, a lot of people have been texting me and calling me and say, are you going to be doing different other sports? You know, and I tell them, you know, I am a basketball guy. You know, I'm in love with basketball, you know, and I just don't want to be unfair just to do basketball only. I'm going to do some football. I got some ladies in my hometown, got some youth cheerleaders, and I'm here, Coach, you know, just as like you are to your players. I'm here to help anybody for us getting their brand and their business out there. And like, you know, I got some coaches that's coming on that, you know, they train kids and they do this and they do that. I'm here to help them get it out there more. You know, you might say, well, I got it out there. No, there's probably 1 or 2 more links that, you know, they could help you. You know, but I want everybody to know when you send me that schedule and you give me that schedule and I see that, you know, when you were playing and, you know, and I'm going to get there. I'm going to try my best to get there to some of your games. I'm not gonna probably tell you what game I'm coming to you, because I'm gonna sit there and I'm gonna observe. And Coach, one thing I can tell you, man, your girls need to do this, need to do that. Hey, you know what you're doing. That's why they gave you the job, Coach, man. I tell you, I love what you're doing at Denmark. You're doing a great job at Denmark, man. You continue to lead that program. And Coach, I'm gonna leave you with a couple of things that people told me when I became a head coach. Yes, number 1, Coach, keep a clean program. Yes, keep a clean program, man. You know, don't leave dirt laying behind you. Keep a clean program. And before I say the next thing is, your mentor just got on my page here, Jake Smith, man. He just got onto my page here. Okay. So we got to talk to Coach Smith here soon. But number 2 is, Coach, man, you know, keep your name clean. You know, you keeping your program clean. Number 1, keep your name clean. Yes, because you know, and I hate to bring this subject up, but it has to be said. You know, as a guy coaching a girls team, you know, people always say, well, you know, why is that guy always going in there with those girls and you're not going with a woman or a son? People always have negative things to say. Coach, don't get caught up in that. You know, as a young coach, keep your program clean. Keep yourself clean. You know, as a coach, and you know, you have an assistant coach. You know, you always take somebody in there with you. Always, when you bring them in your office or whatever, have somebody with you for witnesses, because, you know, people will just blow things up that's not even true. And you know that, and you see it. Yes, sir. But number 3 is, Coach, you know, keep the faith. You know, there's going to be some good days of coaching, Coach, and God knows there's going to be some bad days. And there's some days that you're going to put your whistle and you say, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. But, you know, when the tough get going, hey, the players going to look at Coach Jones. What are we going to do now? Right. You may not know all the steps to it, but the things that you're doing now, I promise you are preparing yourself, Coach. There's going to be some days, I'm telling you, Coach. You know, everything is joyful now. People think, but they don't know what go behind the scenes. They don't know that your God is having problems at home and they're going to come and talk to you. You know, when she come and talk to you, Coach, it's between you and her. And if you think, you know, hey, I need to take it on further, hey, you take it on further and you do what you have to do. But those players going to always look up to you. They're going, you know, you may say, man, I don't want to hear that today. See, once you say that right there and the players see that right there, Coach, the first thing is, say, man, he ain't here for us. He ain't player. Talk to him, Coach.
Yes,
Talk
sir.
to them. It may take 5 minutes. That one word you say in 5 minutes may help them along the way.
Yes, sir.
And there's a lot of mentors out there. There's a lot of coaches in South Carolina, North Carolina, South Carolina. Somebody you may know, hey, man, I need to talk to such and such and ask them this problem right here. Just go in your private room, and you're not saying shutting your family out, but sometimes, or like they said in the old church, used to say, you got to go in the old prayer room. You got to go there. I'm telling
Oh,
you,
yeah.
man, all my
Yeah.
kids and coaches, I've been in that prayer room alone a lot of times because I kept saying, you know what, I'm done, man. I can't do this anymore. And when I stopped coaching and I said that was it for me, I was done. But I'm still not stopped coaching. I'm still coaching. I'm on the internet. I'm on Facebook. I'm on my YouTube page. I'm just here to try to help you like somebody helped me.
Yes, sir.
And Coach, before we end this show tonight, Coach, do you have something that you want to say to the fans out there that's going to come and watch Denmark-Olar girls this year?
Well, when you come watch Denmark-Olar this year, we're going to play hard, 32 minutes. You're going to see good basketball. You're going to see good players. And when you come to Denmark, you're definitely going to be in a hostile environment. So you know, waiting. Be prepared for it.
Man, that's awesome, man. That's awesome, man. But Coach, man, listen, this is your boy Coach P here, man, and I
Yes, sir.
appreciate you on my sports talk. I don't care what it would have took, Coach. I was going to get you on this show.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you, Coach.
Man, listen, dog. If there's anything I can do for you, anything, Coach, man, try to get in touch with somebody for you, man. Talk to you about anything you feel down. I might not have the right answer, but I can talk to some sources that try to find, okay, what can I give Coach T? I'm gonna call you Coach T. Let the kids call me Coach P. I'm gonna call you Coach T. Because listen, I said this earlier, Coach. There's gonna be some ups in coaching, and there's gonna be some down moments.
Yes, sir.
Just because everybody looking like they're thinking that, oh, Denmark is this, that, Denmark, this, and that. But they don't know the work that it took for you to put in to get that program where you at. I watch you on Facebook one time. I think you redone the locker room. I think you painted the locker room. See,
Yes.
you didn't know I knew that. I pay attention to stuff like that. I do. I really do. That's
nameplate.
Yeah, Coach. See, that's something that had never been. Somebody did that before. You did that for them, and I'm telling you, Coach, those girls gonna appreciate that their whole life. And there's one more thing that I'm gonna tell you, Coach. When your girls graduate, Coach, don't kick them to the curb. Don't ever kick them to the curb, Coach. Stay in their life long as you can.
Yes, sir.
Social media, anything you can to stay in their life as a coach. Because I'm telling you, them girls, them young ladies, I'm sorry, gonna look up to you when they graduate, and they're gonna say after the next year, see, Coach Jones don't like us. He don't care nothing about us. He just wants to play for them.
Right.
Don't be like that, Coach. I'm telling you, because all my girls that I had from years and years at Collin County, those girls stay in touch with me all the time. I see them on social media. When I see them put things on social media that is not, I say clean, I call them and I text them, hey, take that off. Right. Coach, I don't care how old you are. Take it off. That don't look good.
Right.
Tell your players, tell your coaches and your managers and everybody that's associated with your program, keep a clean page, clean social media, because coaches, when scouts come and look at your player and they say, Coach, tell me about this player and this player, and that coach gonna write that name down. And most of them gonna be sitting up in the stands. You think on their phone texting somebody else. They're looking on social media to see what type of stuff that player put on social media, because the social media can really hurt a kid. They really can. I had a young lady that did that, Coach. I'm telling you, as of today, every time I talk to that young lady, she says it all the time. Coach, I am so sorry that I did that. But I told them that stuff was gonna come back to bite them.
Yes, sir.
I told them that. Your attitude reflects a long way. You can't let your mouth put things in texting and stuff like that. Everything that's on your heart, you don't need to be putting it down on Facebook. I put it down on whatever social media you own. Leave it alone. If I have a problem, I'm gonna go find me somebody who I can talk to. If your players got a problem and you got a problem or something, boom, talk it out. Leave it right there. So as I close, and as we end this conversation tonight, Coach Jones, is there anything that you want to say to the fans and to my YouTube people out there that I probably missed that you want to share right now?
Just real quick, I would just like to thank Dr. Sojourner, Dr. Simmons, Coach Pringle, who's now down coaching football at academic. I mean, is it military man? I think it's military man. He's coaching football down. They gave me my first opportunity to coach at Denmark. I always love Denmark. Denmark will always have a special heart. I mean, place in my heart for me because they gave me my first opportunity. My parents, I definitely thank the parents because my parents will do anything for my team.
That's right.
They do a lot. Us making sure we get places. They also they like to plan team dinners and stuff. So my parents are a group parents.
That's good.
And
that's good.
Denmark this season.
Well, Coach, when I come to Denmark, you know, you say your parents feed your kids. You said the key word for me right there. I'm going to come the day that y'all.
Oh yeah, they're gonna make sure you fed.
We're gonna sit at the dinner table. We're gonna talk about some stuff. I'm gonna eat first, but I'm gonna sit at the dinner table first.
Right.
But again, man, anybody want to get in touch with Coach Jones, hit him in his inbox. It's Terrance Jones at Denmark-Olar High School. And, you know, you can send me an email at sportstalkcoachp@gmail.com. Or you can go on YouTube after we download it, Coach, and everybody out there going to see it. It's YouTube Sports Talk Live with Coach P.
Yes,
and
sir.
Coach Jones, man, I appreciate you, brother, man. I love you, man. You know, I've been around you a couple of times, Coach, man. I'm telling you, man, just like you just, you know, people say, you know, these young coaches, man, they just whippersnappers, man. Nah, man, you young coaches are setting the table for the next generation because, Coach, I'm telling you, you don't know who's watching you.
Yes, sir.
From side to side, front to the back. You don't know who's watching you. So you always want to carry yourself as a professional.
Yes,
I watch you, and I have watched you several times. I'm telling you, man, when I was at that state championship game, I knew that coach asked me if I was crazy. He said, why are you watching that guy? Coach, you don't understand. I did not know that God was going to have me a plan to do a sports talk show. I never knew that. But I knew that you were going to be somebody special for Denmark because I like when coaches go into small towns like that because you only got, one high school in Denmark.
Yes,
you know,
sir.
like in Somerville and Charleston area. I tell these guys all the time, I don't think I can ever coach in this area because they're like, why? Because you got so many schools, a kid can be playing for you today and then tomorrow he's at the next school because they're so close. You know, and I feel for coaches that got players and got families that live here and then all of a sudden they get upset for something that went on and then the next day or two, my kid is transferred to a different school and they're right down the street or right across the street. You know, it's tough over here. It's very tough. I live here in the Somerville area, but I'm originally from Collin County. My heart is die hard Collin County. I'm going to stay die hard Collin County. But what I'm doing now, I'm just not doing Collin County. I'm doing everybody that I can get in touch with. There's some coaches that in the upper state that I want to get with, but there's some more college coaches I want to get with. And when these college coaches come on, man, I want, you know, like Coach Mayo was on the other day. I had Coach, I'm telling you, from that day until today, you know, I had coaches calling me and I had parents calling me like, hey, how can I get my child into JUCO? How can I said, well, dang, this ain't the same person I talked to a couple of years ago when you said your kid was, but I didn't say it, but I'm thinking in my mind. Because I always tell people, you can mighty sometime, man, but, you know, somebody can bring you down. You know, every child is not Division I. Every child is not Division II. You may go there as academic, that's fine. But if you want to play basketball and you want, you know, JUCO is not a bad route. JUCO is a great route for some kids. You know, because some kids, I just want to get out here. I want to go to Mississippi to school. And they go over there and in 2 or 3 more weeks, they calling you, Coach, you call my mama, I want to come home. Because it ain't what I thought it was. You know, it's real, man. You know, we got to be real and tell these kids the truth and stop telling them something that they just want to hear and make it go over. You as a coach, man, you got to be strong. You got to say, hey, you know, this is how it's going to be. College life is rough. Not rough. I want to say like that because people think, oh, you say, no, I'm not saying like that. When you get away from home, you know, now it's just you now. You know, college coaches come in to scout you and they tell you, they make it sound good. But you got to do the job. You got to put academics together. You got to put weights together. You got to put in condition together. You got to put practice together. You got to put all that together. You know, when you were high school, you had to worry about paying bills then. When you just get up, go to school, get your lesson, play sports, come home. Not in college. You got to put all this stuff together. You may not have to pay bills, but you're going to have to put some work in. You know. But, Coach, man, listen, man. again, brother, I love you, man. And anything I can do for you, man. And I hope your program be successful every year. Go higher, higher, higher. And remember, if I don't ever tell you one thing, Coach, keep your program clean and keep yourself clean. You know,
Yes, sir.
take care of your kids, take care of your family, and all that gonna come together. And after a while, like I told Coach Charles Brown, I'm telling you, Coach, I can see you going higher and higher in this game. And I don't mean state championship. That's gonna come. That means there's gonna be some bigger programs out there, and they're gonna come for you. And don't
Yes,
ever say, you know what, I ain't going nowhere. I'm still right here. Listen and talk, and see if it benefits to your family. If that's work for your family, you can say, you know what, I think. And then number one is you talk to the big man upstairs and say, hey, God, is this the right move I need to make? Do I need to do this and do it? Because you know, if you just speaking off the top of your head, yeah, I'm going. Then all of a sudden, when you get there, oh man, this ain't what you thought it was. You know,
yeah.
that's why I say, do your studying first. You know, because you remember when I left, I called you. You know, we ain't gonna get into that, but remember I called you, and I'm glad, Coach. I'm glad that you know. We'll talk about that offline, but you know, things work out for a reason, man. Things work out for a reason, man. And again, I appreciate you being on my talk show. Like I said, and give me about 2 or 3 days. We're gonna download the YouTube, and you share it on your page. The same conversation we had, you share it on your page, and let everybody know that you're gonna be on YouTube in the next 2 or 3 days, and watch it blows up. Watch people gonna be calling you. People gonna be tagging you. They're gonna be calling me. How can I get in touch with Coach Jones? Hey man, listen. This is his name. You go on Facebook, send his message. I would not give his phone number out, but I'm telling you, man, Coach, you can go higher and you go higher in this game. And after a while, when you make it to the big time, I want you to look back, man. This old man right here. You know, I want.
Yeah, definitely got you, Coach.
Hey, man, Coach. Yeah, you have a good weekend, man. And like I said, man, you tell the family I say hello. I know you just had a little one. I hear him making some noise back there, man. Hey, man,
Yes.
be a good father. Continue to be a good father, man. And after a while, it's all going to pay off. After a while, man, it's going to pay off, Coach.
Yes, sir.
Again, man, I love you, man, and I'll see you down the road. Make sure I get a copy of that schedule so I can download it to my email so people can see it. And I'm going to be broadcasting it on my live when y'all got games. You know, I'm trying to do it in a professional way where if there's big games, you know, that I know that's coming up, I'm going to get on live and say, hey, you need to get down there to Denmark. You need to get down to whatever school it is. And Coach, continue to keep your girls working hard, man. And I'm telling you, it's going to pay off for you, brother. It's going to pay off for you. Remember I say that to you, Coach. It's going to pay off. Win or lose, man, give it all you got. Don't leave nothing in the locker room. Don't leave nothing on the floor. Leave it there and just work hard. Just keep your girls working hard. Yes, sir. All right, Coach. Good night, man. Hey, man, I love you, man.
Thank you. Love you too, Coach.
All right, Coach. All right. Again, that was my boy, Coach Terrance Jones from Denmark-Olar High School down in the great town of Denmark. Denmark is a 1A school, man, but they are a great program. They do some great things over there at Denmark High School. I'm telling you, man, I've seen this guy coach, man, and he is doing some good things over there. And like I say, you know, this is your boy Coach P here. And you know, if you ever, you know, want to get on the show, but then let me make sure I make this clear to y'all. Yes, this is a sports talk show, you know, and we're going to talk about sports. But there's some people out there that's probably want to start a business and trying to get the business out, you know, out there, you know, not just a little, you know, I hate to say not like a little business, but if you want to try to get a business rep out there and you want me to help you, I can. I will get it out there for you. Mean you can go live just like this right here, and I'll download it to my YouTube page. And you know, because I'm here to help somebody. Somebody helped me, so I want to help somebody else. So if you're not, you know, if you know, like I said, just hit me in my Facebook message, or you know, if you know my cell phone personal, you can text me and say, hey, Coach, can you help me get my business started? Not saying help your business get started for as money wise, but for as out to the public. You know, we can get here because I am going to do some good things with this show. I'm going to take it on the road. First of all, I'm going to my hometown, Collin County. I'm going to interview some small kids that play travel ball. Those kids are so excited. I talked to a couple of them, and they are so excited. They are ready to get on. But there's a couple of coaches that's on here now. Zach Green, make sure you hit my inbox. Perry Smalls, right when I get off live, I need to talk to you, man. You one of my main men, and you up in the Aiken area, man. So I really need to talk to you, man. I appreciate you on. I appreciate everybody that came on tonight. I want to miss nobody's name. Missy, Andre, Big Ticket, Shet, Damien. I know I got you, Damien. Annette Martin, I appreciate you. Kathy, I appreciate you so much. Mill, thank you, young lady. Barbara Washington, thank you so much. Derek Johnson, appreciate you, man. All the people that are on. And again, I want to thank my wife, Coach Gant. I see you down there, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody that came on. I appreciate my wife for helping me get this broadcast going. She, if y'all see my nice backdrop in the back, my wife helped me put this thing together, and I thank her so much. You always got to tell people you appreciate them. You just don't, walk by them and don't say nothing. But anyway, again, this is your boy, Coach P, here live, here in my sweet kitchen where my food is smelling good, so it's time for me to go eat. But anyway, send me an email at sportstalkwithcoachp@gmail.com, or you can look on YouTube, Sports Talk Live with Coach P. I am your boy, Coach P, and guess what? I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. I love you.